GeekyKOOL presents The Professor and Ace. Tonight's special guests include David Faught, Ervin, also known as Elena, and we are live with you guys. How you guys doing today?
Doing great. How are you doing?
Good, good. David, did I say your name right? Or did I screw it up like usual?
Who, mine?
Yeah. Did I say
Why
right?
am I like going off right? Wait a minute here. There we go. No, you said it. You pretty said it right. There's other ways people say it, so you didn't find.
Okay. I thought I got it right, but then I had to double check because I probably got it wrong, is what I thought. So
I just like to call them other
there's
names.
always there's spot and there's spout. Yeah, there's different ways to say it. So
okay. I just don't want to say it wrong.
Yeah, there's another name Elena likes to call me. We can't say here.
Begins with an F.
No, you done great.
I have a whole list. I'll send them to you later.
All right. Well,
there's a list. It's not just one.
This is our fifth episode, only our fifth episode, and we are blessed to have you both as guests. You guys are our first guests, so welcome. Glad to have you. It's usually just Ace and I. AJ and I have nicknames for each other. I'm Professor and she's Ace from Doctor Who.
Right. I'm a Doctor Who girl.
Yeah.
I approve. Nothing wrong with that.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Good.
I think me and Elena need nicknames for this one then.
Make it friendly, David.
Keep it family friendly.
That's the hard part.
This is true. Yeah, we try to keep it family friendly as much as possible. PG-13, whatever. So if you can curse a little bit, that's okay. Let's try not to drop too many F-bombs or stuff. But yeah.
Well,
I curse
you can get a lot with that PG-13 today. You've seen the Marvel movies.
Right?
Well, do you remember PG-13 when it first came out in the 80s? You could show naked breasts.
Right.
All the time. Yeah, like 16 Candles.
Oh, yeah.
Naked breast scene. I mean, there were some PG movies even before that had naked breasts.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you had a whole locker room in 16 Candles.
You did. You had the whole shower.
Yeah, that's what I started saying. Can you believe Poltergeist was PG-13 or PG?
No. That's just crazy.
Yeah, Poltergeist is PG.
Yeah.
So, guys, what this really means is that we're all old.
Watch it now. Hey. Now, let's going to go this route. Nope.
Professor, I've already talked about that. I'm a grandma. We're all old. It's okay.
Yeah, but AJ looks like she's 25, so.
I appreciate that. Not today.
I look like I'm 70, so my youth group calls me like.
And I act like I've added
old.
25.
All right, guys. Wanted to talk a little bit to both of you, just kind of about some things you guys have got going on. David, you've got a comic book cover that's kind of exploded for Big Dog Inc. You guys had a Kickstarter that started over the weekend, and you guys have rocked it out. I mean, I've been watching the progress, and you guys just killed it. So, congratulations on that. So,
I appreciate that. Yeah, it was a shock. Exactly. It hasn't really sunk in yet. Like, it was kind of one of those things I just kept watching progress, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. We funded $1,000, and then it's like everybody else, kind of like when they do Kickstarter, and then I was like, oh, it funded $5,000, so it got backed. Yay! It's going to come out for sure now.
Yeah.
And the last time I think it checked, I think it's 16,000 now.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, that it's going to happen now, and because this is one thing that, excuse me, Corona. Got a little bit dry throat. This has been going on for in fact, there's 2 covers I've done for them. One of them hasn't came out yet, and we've been working for 3 months before.
What's the other one going to be? What's the other cover going to be for?
It's he done a goth exclusive.
Okay.
for his
Yeah.
covers, and it's getting ready to get it and announced. I'd actually done a Dorothy cover, and it's going to be from Wizard of Oz.
Oh, I like.
And it's going to be a goth Dorothy.
Nice.
That's actually where I
And-
learned about Tom and Big Dog Inc. was his Legend of Oz series. That's amazing. The Wild the
Yeah.
Wild West of
So
Oz?
that's my next one. I cannot wait.
That's awesome. That's one of my favorite comics. When it was coming out monthly, that was always at the very top of my pull list. That was always one or two. So they were really cool.
Nice.
So
yeah. But yeah, it was just it was just one of those things. Like a quick story, real quick. It's me and Tom had known each other for like 2 years before this, and we was good friends. And he kept saying, every year or every not even every year, every couple weeks, he goes like, "I'm going to hire you one day, and that's going to happen."
Right.
And I kept saying, yeah, because I'd say comic book companies say that they're like, "We're going to hire you, but it might be a while." And he kept saying that, and then one day, literally, it was 2 years to the day, he contacted me. He's like, "Okay, we're ready," and I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "No, we want to cover now." He goes, "Here's what I want." And yeah, it's just went off from there, and it's been crazy. It's been a crazy ride.
That's awesome. Yeah, let me throw up a copy of your cover here. Let me show people what it looks like. There we go. Tell us a little bit about the cover.
Oh, Dave.
Elena's like, "Oh, Dave." I heard
said,
that.
"Go, Dave.
I heard
Go,
the little slice
yeah."
of it. Oh, I thought you said, "Oh, Dave." Like, "Oh, yep, there's David for you." It's a pin up.
Well, we expect nothing else, David.
It's your own.
Well, yeah.
There you go.
I love your stuff.
Well, it started. Okay. I took a small pause there. It was funny because when Tom contacted me about it, I'll kind of give you guys a rundown real quick. He goes, "I want something different. I want the girl kind of foreshortened. I want her to be in a weird pose, but foreshortened and everything, and all kind of she's coming towards the deal." Well, what was funny was when I done this, we went through probably, I'd say maybe 5 different sketches real quick. Didn't take long. And he wanted that car, and it's a little Studebaker. And for some stupid reason, I drew everything fine, and I could not
draw the car.
Get the scale of that car down.
Oh.
And it was the stupidest thing. And so I'd send him a sketch of it. I'm like, "Okay, Tom, here you go." He goes, "Car needs to be bigger." And I'm like, "But," he goes, No, she looks like she's stepping on a Matchbox car. And so finally what I done, I just got kind of not mad, but I was just like, "You know what? I'm going to ink it. I can manipulate it in Photoshop, and we'll go from there." So that's what I done. I finally inked it and finally got it the right size. That thing took me literally a week to get it the right size.
Wow.
I don't know why. It's just an artist thing you get stuck up on. But yeah, it was crazy. It was fun. I think Tom is probably, no joke, the easiest guy I've ever worked for. He says he put me through the ringer. He didn't. It was I've been through the ringer a heck of a lot more than I have, with other companies.
Right.
But yeah, and he got the colorist. I'll have to look up the colorist name. Colorist is awesome. She's a great girl. I think she done great on. I cannot wait to show you guys the next one. This girl on the colors alone, she knocked it out of the park. Guys, I'm excited to show this one off, and I think he's getting ready to show it off. I think in a couple weeks.
Awesome.
So, I mean, I was like, this one I liked, but he sent me the copy of the other one, and my jaw just dropped. I'm like, I did that. I'm like, I drew that. I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't do that. But yeah, this one, I like this one, but the next one, I can't wait for you guys to see.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It looks really good. I like your style. I actually have two of yours that I've got from you in my living room. I have the comic wall. Like I have comic book covers, art. Like my whole wall in the living room is nothing but comic book art. Like all three of the four walls. So it's like wallpaper, but not.
Nice.
Yeah. So I love your style. So, and I love the horror.
I appreciate it.
Horror pinup. It's all good.
I agree.
Well, that's kind of like me. That's kind of like in the front room on my room is just like it's all horror stuff. Like if I panned around and showed you right now, it's nothing but horror around the TV and all. So I get that.
I mean, this is just my studio. It's not mine. That's like all like my boyfriend loves horror, so he films in here too. So that's
nice.
Our collection, but mostly his collection. Not even gonna lie. But my living room's all comic book girl. So, but that's really cool.
I think if you kind of peek over I think maybe if I can peek over the shoulder a little bit, you might be able to see the chrome skull I got back there.
Yeah,
I might be the right way.
That's really cool, Dave.
And that's actually an incense burner. So
that's awesome.
You turn on its eyes glow like red.
That's awesome. I want to show another piece of art. This is actually the first thing I ever saw from you, David, before we actually met.
Oh my gosh.
So
wow, this is going to be a while back.
Yeah, let's show this because it's going to be a lot of fun here. Do you remember this?
That's fabulous.
Exclusive J.
Oh
Head
my gosh.
From St. Louis.
Oh yeah. Well, that's a story for you for another day right there.
We'll have to get that from you. But I wanted to go back down memory lane because when I met him, I was in St. Louis at a con and met this guy, and he asked me to review his book. And I'm like, yeah, I'll review your book. And I'm like, well, who's this artist? And he's like, oh, it's David Faught from Springfield. I'm like, oh, I'm from Springfield. So I got talking to him. And then he asked me to be just as honest and blatant as I could with my review. So I actually, basically my review, I said, I really don't like the way you're telling the story and these things, but the art is just so beautiful. I've got to meet David. And so that was when I first got introduced to you. And then, of course, once I met you, I think it was Library Con, I went, oh, you're from this comic. I know you. So, yeah.
I met him.
That was actually my first. Christy, wasn't that actually my first professional gig? Wasn't it? Second, yeah, because I think I had Shadow Fox. Yeah, that was actually my second professional gig, and that was the one that actually got everybody saw. So yeah, that brings back memories. Woo!
Well, you've come a long ways, but the art was always beautiful. So I just wanted to show you how long I've been following you here, David. So
well, I appreciate that because, like I said, that was the that one I was kind of with. I was like, the art was okay. I got kind of rushed on and everything and all. So like that one I had to get done probably. And oh man, I think I had to do 2 books in 1 month.
Wow.
Well, that's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was kind of worried about the art, and so that really means a lot.
So the art sold the book for me, and actually it's kind of funny because he went back, took the changes I suggested, and changed some of the way the story flowed, made it a lot better. But of course, kept the beautiful art. So I always love that. So, all right,
awesome.
So, well, let's talk a little bit to Elena here. How you doing, Elena?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
Good. Wanted to bring you on and promote your books and also talk about a project you got going on. For those who don't know, Elena is one of the really good fantasy. It's fantasy, but it's modern day fantasy. Urban fantasy is that what you call it?
Yep, urban fantasy.
So let me whip these around here, show everybody. Okay, here they are. Yeah. And then the third one, I got right back here also. These are great books.
Fabulous.
So I gave these actually away to my friend Brian for Christmas gift because I knew how good they were. So that's how much I like these. And Elaine is an awesome writer and an even better person. So we love her. Having her on is a treat, just like it is David. So But so what's going on with the book series? We're in book 3.
Yes,
and...
we are book 3. So the last year and a half, couple years, I kind of haven't been writing very much. Don't worry, I've been getting threats about it. But I am now. I was finishing up a master's degree, and while I was doing a lot of writing, it was not the kind that anybody would find interesting.
I understand that completely.
So I'm getting back into it. I have a beta group, and I've been sending them scene by scene as I've been going through book 4. Wow. And been getting good reviews, good feedback on that. So I'm feeling really good. And then I've got a couple of other one-offs that are kind of dancing around in my head too. So if I'm not filling Joe's book for whatever reason, I have those and I pop over and I start working on those also. But then I kind of got, with all this stuff going on with COVID and we're all stuck at home, it's killing me. An extrovert at home. So I was talking to one of my friends, Jared George, who's another artist in this area. And I wrote up a script for, it's going to be just a short 12-page comic. And it's a script, well, it's going to be tied into my books. So I'm excited. It's going to be silly and fun. And I wrote it with Jared's art style in mind. And I told him to have fun with it.
There you go.
That's good.
Jared has a great fun style.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So
that's awesome. I thought it's going to tie into your books.
Yes.
Like your books, you already have like an audience built in.
I do. Right. So
I mean, like, I'm an artist. Sometimes I think I have an audience, maybe. Like, but yeah. David's like, yeah.
No, like I have no audience at all, so I understand. People's like, what? Who's David? What?
That's not true, David.
I was gonna say, I'm a groupie if nobody else is, David. So
Yeah.
I mean, I've got
I've got one, so that's good.
I will point out that I had several artists do coloring pages for me to hand out at conventions. Yep. And I will have one of your pictures out because David drew actually 3 pictures for me. I will have one of your pictures out just to hand out, and people will be like, "Oh my God, that's David Faught." And I'm like, "Yes, it is."
Yes, it is.
He's like, what?
That was a great endorsement. Yes, it is.
I can only imagine with those hard to color between the lines there for you, David. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's some of them I just, yeah.
Oh, come on.
That's my least favorite part of doing pinups is coloring. Yeah.
Well,
I got you. I'll just give coloring pages away. It's fine.
There you go. Let me ink a bunch more, Elena, and I'll be fine.
There you go. We'll make a pinup coloring book.
Yes.
Oh, which I'm doing that actually right now. I'm getting ready to make a coloring book. So yeah.
Wow.
That'll be awesome. I will so get that.
Oh, cool. See, I'm hoping to have that before next year. Hopefully the COVID will be over. We can go back to cons and all hang out again.
Right.
So.
COVID's killing me. Not like killing me that I'm here and I'm an introvert.
Can't do anything.
I'm an introvert, but I'm like, when somebody tells me I can't do something.
Exactly.
Like, what?
That's what. Christy got tickled at me because what happened? I'm like, what changed?
Yeah, I have friends that are like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I didn't get out anyway because I've been working. I said, what changed? And yeah, so.
I'm just hoping. Like, I'm actually really sad about all the cons like canceling, and I mean, that I really look forward to. There's some that I look forward to, but there's some that I like consider like family that I look forward to. And I didn't get to go to them. This weekend was supposed to be and it's just like, okay.
Right.
I'm an introvert, but I like my creative friends, and sometimes see them is at cons or events. David, the only time I see you is at a con or like when IMAX had events and I was there working and you were there, and so miss all my friends.
We have a couple of comments from Shelly. Let me throw these up there for you. We do have Shelly watching and a couple other people. So,
hey, Shelly.
Hi, Shelly. I love you.
She said this to our comment about being old. So, so Shelly, if you're still watching, I did get to your comment. Sorry, it took a little bit to do that.
Oh, that's awesome, though.
Go ahead.
Title for your comic, Elena?
So the comic is called Sweet Dreams. And it's going to be a dream sequence, but it's going to be an adventure in a dream sequence.
I like it.
Very cool.
And
that's cool.
Jared and I have gone back and forth, and that way we could still play to his art style and still have the sarcasm of Joe going, "What the hell? Oh, heck."
It's okay.
What's going on?
It's a PG-13 word. It's okay.
Yes. And so it's a lot of fun. And when he read it, he got super excited, which obviously, like, if I can write something and for an artist and an artist is like, yes, this is going to be fun, I'm like, yes. And he had a few ideas, and I was like, I love it. Do that. And
that seems like a collaboration. That's
right?
Awesome. Like so many times when you're writing with people, it's like, no.
So we're gonna see how this goes, and we're talking about maybe doing more.
That'd be awesome.
So stuff not necessarily related to my books, but that I can still take out there and be like, hey, look at this cool thing.
It's a different, like,
read this.
I love that about art and like writing and art and stuff, because I do both. And I do all kinds of stuff. Basically, I'm not really great at anything, but I'm okay at a lot of stuff. But I love that when you can go, I did this, and then, oh, what? That's not your style. Well, I did this, and it gives you a wider audience. And
right.
Anytime you can bring people into the artistic world in any way, I'm all about that. Like,
oh yeah,
I love that.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Well,
so many people are like.
It's why I give away coloring pages done by all local artists.
Right.
And I give those away just for people coming up to my table and talking to me. Feels sometimes like I have to reward them or bribe them, however you want to look at it. But that way they have these pages, and I make sure to put the artist information on it, because they get to, it's like a mini introduction to artists they wouldn't see before, like David. I have to point the other way. And
to point that way. Oh no, wait a minute, that way. Hold it. Yep, that way. There we go.
Right.
Yeah. I know Professor Larry's always on me. He's like, AJ, you're pointing the wrong way. And I'm like, listen, like that's, and I do photography and stuff, and I get it, but you know, it's confusing when you're on camera.
Right. I am not.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, and it's one of my ways of, because we do very different art forms.
Yeah.
And I love my artist friends. I love you, David.
I love you too. I'm just trying to get this light out because I see it's like going right across my face. That's why I'm like going, So if I'm doing like really weird things, that's why I'm trying to get that out of here. I'm like,
I'm used to you doing weird things regardless, man. It's fine.
Yeah, hell, you guys know better than that. So.
Well, Elena, I agree with you, because I have no artistic ability, drawing ability.
Right.
Stick figures are horrible. I mean, I'm just bad. And so I love hanging out with my artist friends that can do these creative things like this. I mean, I can write, not as good as you. I'm practicing. I'm trying to get there. But, I love hanging out with my artist friends, because it's like they complete me. So I love
Right.
that. So I love you, David. I love you, AJ.
Exactly.
And I love you, Elena. You're awesome.
I love you too, Larry. I love you, AJ.
Because, I love everybody. What am I talking about?
That's why I kind of just love everybody. I'm just like, hey, I'm chill about it.
Hey, sup? Love you.
What's
up? Love you. Love and peace. What? Yeah.
I love it when I say that and people are like, no, you don't. And I'm like, actually, I do. I love people who I don't even like. You know, it's okay. I don't like you, but I can love you. Like,
it's true.
Sounds like the talks me and Christy gets into. She'll be like, I love you, but I hate you. You know this, right?
Yeah.
I have that same conversation with my sister.
Yeah.
My mom and grandmother used to say, it's real easy to love somebody. It's a lot harder to like them.
Right.
Yeah.
It's true.
So, I mean, sometimes I love people all the time, but sometimes I like my kid. He's 25, and then sometimes I'm just like, oh no.
Not today. No.
My son is in the other room. Yes.
Well, I feel that way about my kids too. I mean, because there's some days it's like, oh my gosh. So here's a comment from my good friend Jeff Morrissey. Love you, Jeff. So glad you're watching, Jeff. We appreciate you watching us. And then we've got Hindi.
That would be my sister.
That is awesome. Oh, that's great.
That's amazing.
So keep those comments coming. We love it to interact with you guys. So do that, and we'll keep having some of our silliness going on here for a little bit longer. So, David, wanted to ask you a question about, have you seen a larger group of people coming against the whole idea of having pinups and having girls in dressed like that?
Larry, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Oh, Larry, don't you know? Funny story real quick. Should I go ahead and tell him, Christy? Should I go? Okay.
You can bring Christy on too. Hey, Christy.
No.
It's all good.
No. Well.
No.
Christy, go to the room. No. Real quick story. I think I told Elena this last time she was out. I actually had my life threatened this year. Well, no, it was last year, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
There was a group, which I will not mention, out of Springfield, that believed that I what's the word I'm looking for? Disgraced women because of what I done. And like they actually go ahead, Elena.
That was just nodding. I wasn't happy with when they did this.
I thought she was like on a boat or something. I was like, oh baby shark. No, we won't do that. But no, we had to deal with it. It was on Facebook and everything for a while, and Facebook actually looked into it and everything and all. And that was one of the things that, you know, they basically told us that they'd catch us at a con and because of what I did. And so, yeah, therefore, Larry, no joke, I thought about giving it up because of that. And, you know, we're living in a society now where I don't want to degrade women or anything. And I kind of thought that fault is my art. Really, maybe it does degrade women. I don't know. Maybe I'm doing it without me knowing, you know, just kind of like, because I've done it for so long. And
yeah. The thing about that, though, is comics, video games, all of that stuff, you're going to always have those fanatical groups or those fanatical people who are like, this is degrading women and stuff. It's an art style. It's like burlesque dancing isn't degrading women. So many friends who are burlesque dancers, they choose to do that. Models, you know, I've worked with hundreds of thousands of models. They choose to do, like, I would never ask them to get naked if they didn't want to get naked. If they don't want to show their bodies, then I'm not going to ask them to.
Exactly.
And expect it. And David, I think that's ridiculous. As a woman, if I thought I'm the type of person, if I thought you were demeaning women and you were demeaning two women at a point, I would have called you out on that. Plus, I think your sister would kick your butt. Like,
and that's what I wanted to bring that up too, because Christy, when I decided, I thought I was at one point in my life, like I remember, I'll never forget, it was in October, and I told myself, I said, I'm going to stop it, because I said, I think I am degrading women. I don't want to do this if I'm doing it. And she's like, David, look at all the models you work for. Have they ever put you down or anything, or like told you what to do or nothing like that? Or, you've done something wrong. And she goes, if anybody should be mad about you doing this, if you was doing something wrong, it would be me, and I'd tell you.
Right.
Don't worry, I would tell you too.
Yeah, like everybody, like Elena. I know Elena would, AJ would, Larry would be like, I'm not coming back to your table again, you pervert.
I think though, a lot of times though, especially like for your models and for people doing burlesque, like AJ was saying, and the people that are posing, they find it empowering to be able to be in a safe environment and do whatever the hell they want to.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, when I started doing this, like, I always had it in my mind that I was empowering these women. I was helping them being empowered and everything. I never thought of the aspect of being like a pervert or degrading them or anything. I always had in the back of my mind, because like, if you see my work, I like that strong female, like Viking characters or something like that, where they're strong and powerful and and all like that. Yeah, they might have a sexy outfit on, but I want them to be powerful and strong-willed and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't do victims like you do strong women. But
no,
about it is it's art. It's one, if you don't like it, don't look at it.
Right. Exactly.
I tell people all the time, like, if you don't like what I write, if you don't like what I like draw, if you don't like what I photograph, don't look at it. Like, it's
exactly.
Really, do not look at it, and you're not going to get offended by it. And also, I did this panel at a con once, and somebody was like, about some of my photos that I've done, which are, I mean, I've had totally naked models just laying around my house for hours and hours doing photos.
Oh, me too. I feel you. I feel bad about that.
One day, Dave, you're gonna freak out. And I walked in my front door. My son's a photographer, and he used to live here with me until this year. And I walk in my front door, and 3 burlesque troops are in my living room, all completely naked except for like a couple pasties. Some of them had pasties on, just sitting there in my house. And I'm like, "Hey, what are you guys doing? Photos?" And they're like, "Yeah, I'm watching TV." Like, and they're like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I had 12 naked women just sitting in my living room watching TV, waiting for the photo to be taken." They choose to do that. If you're offended by that is your fault. That is, you can be offended by something, but to take offense to the point that you're threatening people or that you're censoring somebody else, that's taking it too far. Like, you can be offended,
and also,
but I don't take offense. I don't take it.
No, not at all. If I could like throw this in there real quick, like, a lot of people don't understand, like, when a model comes to me and asks me to draw them, which I'm getting to the point now, thank the maker, that they come to me and ask me. Right. I don't have to ask them, be the weird guy. I tell them, I'm like, yeah, if you want me to do something, if you want to be nude and draw you, that will be for you. I will not publicize it. I will not, if you want me to do it, I will do it, but that's going to be for your privacy, for you only.
Right.
And that's the only option I give them. And there's been a couple that wanted me to draw them nude and make a couple pinups to sell. You've seen them in my portfolio. But some of them do want me to do that. But yeah, I always leave that option open up for them. And it 99.9% of the time, it is for them and their eyes only.
Right. It's like food war.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Except you're sketching and you're doing it in an artistic style, and it's beautiful. I love your stuff, and I'm really sorry that you had to deal with like. Oh,
we got through it. I appreciate it. We got through it. It was just an odd situation because I've never thought of myself that way, and it kind of opened a whole new door for me in my mind that, oh wow, I could be actually doing this and not even realizing it. And me and Christy talked for like the longest time about it. Like, and that's why I was gone for a little bit. And I canceled cons over it and everything and rethought my whole thing again.
I remember
yeah. And I just rethought my whole, approach to my career again. And then one day we just kind of woke up, and it was, like I said, it was in October, and I said, I'm doing this. This is what I was meant to do. Like, if people get offended, it's not going to be my fault. And I don't mean to sound cocky about that. I love what I do, and I love my fans that actually appreciate me doing it. And I've met a lot of cool people. I've met all three of you guys through this, and that's what I love about it. Like, that's one of the cool things. I spend 12 hours a day at a drawing table to get to do stuff like this and get to talk to you guys and everything and all. And that's the fun part of it.
Right. I think anytime you do art, there's always going to be the critics, and that's fine. But to criticize or make somebody doubt their art, that's sad to me. Like,
yeah,
threatening your life is just not even, like, that's criminal.
Right.
But
yeah, and
I shouldn't do this when you should do it, like, in your heart, but you make that you doubt that. That's just, to me, that should be criminal. To take somebody's, like, passion or somebody's, like, drive to make their art, take that and turn it on, making them turn it on themselves to where they doubt it. That's very, I don't know. It's sad. It's wrong, and it
well.
Not even gonna lie.
I agree with that, but also at the same time, and Christy brought this to my attention too. She could, like, yell out here and tell you. She basically one day just turned to look at me. She goes, "You must be doing something right too, then." And I'm like, "Why?" Because she goes, "You have legitimate enemies now. Like, you have." She goes, "I also see that as a good thing,
right?
Because it means you're doing something right."
Right.
And yeah, so, like, I ruffled some feathers and everything and all. So she goes, "I kind of see that as you doing right too." So that kind of got to my attention too, and I just woke up one day and said, "You know what? I don't care. I love what I do. I love my friends and family, my con family, you guys and everything on. I love doing it, and I'm going to keep doing it." And that's it. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's awesome.
And look where I've gotten to today.
Yeah. Well, we got a couple
You're
more.
You're on GeekyKOOL.
You're on. You made it. Oh, I don't know.
Well, GeekyKOOL, I made it. Yay!
David was my first artist spotlight.
Yes, he was.
First articles I did was on David for Geeky.
That's right.
Awesome.
Yep. I remember. Yeah, we done the whole texting thing back and forth.
Yep. And then we did the telephone interview, and it went on GeekyKOOL. So
yeah,
if you guys
that was fun.
Want to know about some of the things David did when he was younger, or where he grew up, or get his history, I got it all.
There you go. No, it's a really good
great.
article.
Should I be worried?
Probably.
Changing it, David. It's already on there. We have a couple more comments.
Yeah, the comment.
Here. So here's Damon's comment. Damon is one of our writers, which that's very sad, happening at OzCon, which is
wow,
a con, and that's horrible. So we're sorry, Damon. Definitely.
Yeah, sorry to hear about that, man.
Sucks. So
I'm at OzCon. I love Damon.
He's a great guy. Yeah.
Gamer writer. He's so funny. But
Damon, you got to hit me up.
Yeah.
Did you hear that, Damon? Hit up David.
I had a boy or a guy follow me into the bathroom.
Whoa.
Oh.
I have social anxiety. So I was doing panels and I was judging and I was doing all the, all the con stuff. And then I had to take a me time. I had to take 5 minutes to go to the bathroom and cry so I could go back out in public, because I have social anxiety and it makes me very nervous being in front of people. And I'd been in front of people all day. And this guy is talking to me and I go to the bathroom and I was like, okay, I'll be back out. I'm just going to go into the bathroom. And he walks into the bathroom and I'm like,
what?
in here. And he's like, but I need to talk to you. And it's like, it's the girls' bathroom. You're going to get arrested for being in here. Plus, OzCon is at a community center, so there's like little kids running in and out of the bathrooms. I was like, you don't want to, trust me, get out of the bathroom. And I sat there on the floor for like 20 minutes just crying because I was afraid he's going to be out there. I turn around, I walk out the door, he's standing right there. I was like, okay, come, I'll talk to you now, I guess.
Okay, let's get this over with.
Right? Oh, that's the weirdest thing I've ever happened at a con. I've never been threatened. My life's never been threatened at a con. Thank God. I would be crying for so long. I don't.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Well, I have to say, I've actually been threatened, me and my family, at one point. I used to write more political stuff, and boy, I hit somebody's nerve, and I got some hate mail. Basically threatened me and my family. And then I went, well, why am I even doing this? I really like to write about this. Why don't I just write about geek stuff and then forget the political stuff? I mean, I have political opinions. Sometimes it's satire, but I've got political opinions, but I don't need to do that. But yeah, I feel that when you're like, man, somebody actually wants to hurt me. What was worse was that they were talking about my family. I'm going to kill you, your wife, and your kids.
Oh, no.
Your political opinion shouldn't be that strong, dude.
Right?
No, that's ridiculous.
Okay, so Elena, have you ever been threatened?
I have not. I would almost like to see them try.
I have threatened you at a con before, and you know it.
Sincerely threatened, no. And then a friend of mine, she goes with me to the cons. My friend Jess, she is my booth babe / I'm gonna say bodyguard. Never mind that she's like, eh.
She's feisty enough, she'd take anybody down.
Right? So no, I haven't been threatened. And I usually tell people, though, if people are overly anxious or other issues are going on, I usually tell people to come to my table, and I guarantee that I am very good at we'll say calming situations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that'll be the phrase we use.
Is it calming situation?
Calming. Yeah, diffusing negative situations. Yeah. And
that's why I have Christy at my table too. Yeah.
That, and if someone starts getting in my face, they're gonna leave.
Yeah, I seriously, I am probably the biggest wimp on this panel right now. Like, because I'm like, no, don't hurt me.
AJ, you can hide at my table anytime. I promise.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate that.
It's always fun to hang out at Elena's table.
Oh yeah.
I've gone and hid like at VisionCon last year. Like, I was walking around and I just got super anxious because there were so many people and they were all talking to me. And I love that people know me because I used to be the invisible girl for so long. Like, I went to cons for years. Nobody knew who I was. And then I started doing artistic things and then everybody knew who I was. And I like that. So I'm like, I got really nervous. So I went into the art room and I hung out at David's table for a while talking to him and Christy.
You hung with me and Christy?
Yeah. Like, you guys are safe. Like,
people would be like, yeah, we had people like they would sneak into the art room and they'd be like, we're gonna hang out with you for a little bit. It's too much out there.
Yeah. Right. Right.
I have two people I can look. I can look for David and I can look for Elena. That's
yeah, I've got your back.
There you go.
You can hide. You can sit behind our table. No one will mess with you when I'm there. You're fine.
Not to throw the question off or anything, but like I just got a quick question. Have they said anything else about VisionCon? Have they changed the dates this year? What have they done? I'm so out of the loop now. Did they decide to change it this year already, or
they did
canceled it completely?
Yeah.
Oh, they did. So they just go wait till next year, probably.
Yeah, next year.
Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely go next year then. So
and David and I were talking about Library Con last night, and I haven't heard anything about that.
Yeah.
But that hopefully that'll be a go, but it's also going to be weird since Kevin's no longer with us.
Yeah.
And how they're going to handle that. So I'm hoping to get some information soon, but I'm hoping, because it's usually in August, hopefully everything's blown over by August, but we'll see. I don't know.
I just I got a weird feeling probably like everything will probably be canceled this year.
Yeah.
I think so.
I got a feeling they're gonna reboot next year, and which I can kind of see it, but yeah, I got a feeling everything will be canceled until next year.
Well, San Diego's
and all. So sorry,
I have a plan. I was going to be going to London for the first time in September.
Kitty says.
With some of my friends. We already came to the agreement. I made sure that they looked through all of my China photos so they know the kind of shit I do. So they can't really go, I had no idea. I'm like,
I'm going to lick this.
They promised to be my lookouts. They said, as long as I don't, anyways, so, but our plan's September, but even right now, we're thinking that may not even happen just because of everything going on.
If you do, you need to lick one of the.
That is already on my list.
I knew it was. All right. We've got another comment. My friend Jeff again has another comment for us, asking if I would like him to be a model. So, Jeff, I will actually push that over and let David do whatever David does. You could be a pinup, Jeff.
I think Jeff was trying to empower you.
Oh,
Larry.
I could so have Jeff as a model.
Yeah, there you go. AJ could take your photo because she's a good photographer.
Yeah, there you go.
So we can get you hooked up, Jeff. If you want to get in the modeling circuit, I'm sure there's a place for 4'9" models all over the place for you, buddy. He's gonna kick my butt next time. So
unfortunately, we're all self-isolation. So
yeah, there we go. We're all hiding. So
all right, guys, we probably need to start looking to wrap it up. But here's a comment from Jeff. There he goes. He's finally getting good humor.
That feels like agreement.
Yeah. So
we'll take that. Yep.
We will most definitely. So thank you guys for joining us. I appreciate you coming on, David and Elena. You guys are awesome. Always happy to have you. If you got something you want to promote, you just contact us and we'll get you on the show. We'll do articles, you know that. So we'll hook you up any way we can. When another cover comes up, David, or anything else you want to promote, bud, you just let us know. Give us a holler. We're here to help promote
I appreciate it.
Oh, Jeff has to say, oh my.
Oh my.
So, again, here's Elena's book. Before we go, Elena, tell us a little bit about your series.
It is kind of think superhero meets supernatural, except the basis of where people have their supernatural powers is mythology.
Which is pretty awesome.
Awesome.
And
David, to learn more, you have to actually read them.
And they're awesome. You should definitely read them. And they're always a good deal at cons. So look for them at cons. When we have cons again, there's a con price that's amazing. You can also.
Where else?
What?
Buy them on Amazon, or
you can buy them on Amazon. They are on Kindle. For those of you who are stuck at home and need something desperate to do, ebooks are cheap and easy. And you can go to my website, which is emervin.com, and there are links to those.
Yay!
Thank you, AJ.
Well, and let's show that. So there you go. And we will have that down in the information down below. We'll also have the Kickstarter down there for David. Yay! For the Kickstarter for Big Dog Inc. and Princesses versus Zombies,
awesome.
Which is the coolest name ever. I love that.
It is.
It's awesome. And your cover's awesome. I did buy a copy of your cover because I needed your cover. So
I appreciate it, man.
So at least one done. So
I think I actually bought one, but I bought somebody else's.
I heard you say that yesterday. That's awesome. Because I looked through it and I'm like, man, I could buy at least 5 of these and be really happy with them, but I don't have that kind of money just to drop for all of them. But anyway, but yeah, it's an awesome comic to check out, guys. So let me throw David's information. David can be found on Facebook right here. It's a really tough Facebook address.
Ooh.
Yeah, so check it out. His information will also be down below, along with the information for the Kickstarter, because that Kickstarter's got what, 24 more days to go. So you guys can join in.
Oh yeah, it's got 24, 23 more days.
Yeah. So there's still plenty of time to get your copy of the comic with David's cover or any numerous other ones. They have already met 11 stretch goals, isn't it? Aren't they on the 11th stretch goal?
Is it 11 now?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what I read earlier. It was number 11 they were on. So
wow.
And if you buy one of the $20 plus comics, you get just a boatload of free stuff along with that. So check that out. Check out Tom and Big Dog Inc. because they're a pretty amazing group. They have some really cool comics, something for everybody. Critter is one of my favorite comics that they do, along with the Wizard, the Wild Wild West of Oz. I think that's what it's called. That's a fantastic comic, and David's going to have a cover on that, so we'll do that. Ace, let's go ahead and promote our other friends out there.
Okay. Well, we got our friends. We got to always mention them. The first ones are going to be the Nerd Informants. We have Tim and Josh at Nerd Informants. You can find them on YouTube and on Facebook. They're awesome guys. If you guys don't know Tim and Josh, you guys should go check them out. You have like all kinds of nerdy stuff, games, videos, everything. And they're here in Branson, so go check them out. We have Keith and Gary over at Pop Culture Minefield. They're on YouTube. They're not quite as kid friendly as we are, just being
not at all.
You guys know that.
Not at all.
But they're funny.
Very funny. Very funny.
They have a great guest as well. But they're not as kid friendly as we are. So just be aware of that before you let your little ones watch them. And then we have, you want to pop in here? Oh, look, I have somebody like right here.
Here we go, the Scallywag.
Scallywag on YouTube. And you guys go check him out. He's on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, everything. He's checking out his toys back here. He didn't come into the studio for me. I'm not even going to lie. But go check him out. He's going to have new videos up next week.
Yep.
Next week.
Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Wednesday, and Friday. And then always go check us out because you'll find all kinds of stuff and links to all of our friends and everything at GeekyKOOL.com. And that is going to take you, we have Facebook, we have YouTube, all kinds of stuff. If you're watching us, you know we have Facebook. Go check out our website and do some articles. We have great writers and stuff. So.
All right.
David, what are you doing?
He's trying to wipe us off. Wax on, wax off.
I know, but I was thinking the whole time.
Now my phone's acting screwy. There we go. You're back. Yay.
It's fun. Wax off. You're right.
Okay.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to sign off. Thank you again, David and Elena. You guys are awesome guests. Thank you for being our first ones. You guys are amazing. And we will see you guys later. Look for their information below on the YouTube link and check them out every possible way. Well, don't stalk either one of them. But anyway, check them out and buy some cool stuff because they both have awesome stuff. David with his art and Elena with her writing. So.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. See you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.